Well, I might have to work between the raindrops, but I'm gonna start shuttling in some concrete here and a generator and sonotubes and stuff like that. It's been like a rainforest out here all week. Thunder showers, my road's turning into a muddy quagmire. But I'm just gonna keep plugging, you know. I'm gonna haul in some concrete bags today and start digging some holes. Hopefully the holes just don't fill up with water, but well, gotta make a go of it though. First load of crete here to haul in. Can't take it all at one time with the Polaris, but we'll take a bit. Bring it in a little at a time. Well, there goes nothing. If I had $1 for every bag of concrete I have mixed in my lifetime, I'd have a lot of dollars. I don't know what I'd do without this rig, man. I'm hauling in right now about 600 pounds of concrete. Big heavy generator, a bunch of tools, equipment. Not a problem shuttling it in like it's nothing. But I had 2 loads to do today, so I figured why overload it, you know? The road's really bad right now with all the rains we've been getting. But it's handling it. The baby step right way in here. Well, I don't know about this one, fellas. Got a 16-foot aluminum plank. And I have a feeling as I go through mud holes, that's going to get bound up. Either that or that's going to get caught on trees. Concrete in there, some rolling scaffolding. I don't know, fellas. We're going to give it hell though, huh? Give it a go. What do you think, Frankie? Think we're going to do it? Come on, buggy up. Get up there. Good boy. Let's give it a try. I've been spending half the day hauling stuff in. I still got a ladder to bring in. Got to bring that ladder in too. But...
Well, after getting all the concrete and tools shuttled into the cabin, I hauled in load after load after load of lumber in until I had everything I needed to get the job done. Getting everything in was an adventure in itself, and the road got worse with every pass. What wasn't corduroy was now quagmire.
Just driving into the cabin here, and I had a little baby robin fledgling flying in front of me there. Not very afraid of me, is he? Oh, guess he can fly okay. I wanted to show you guys here how this corduroy road is working out. It's been like the rainforest here. It's been raining just about every day for a week. And this area in here, this was a real sinkhole in here. And I laid it all corduroy, laid some sand on top. That section there, obviously doesn't have any corduroy there. Over there it does. See the difference, man? This is turning into a quagmire. Same thing over here on this side. You can see how well the corduroy is holding up. And then over here, it's a sinkhole. Yeah, I'm starting to drag my undercarriage in here, man. I think as soon as I get my project watertight in here, I'm just gonna leave that alone and lay in some more logs in here. Work on the road for a day, because this is getting like the freaking quicksand. But the corduroy sections are holding up nice, and that's just sand. And some gravel would be sweet, but I have a sandbank to dig into, so I'm gonna utilize what I got, you know. So you can see, huh? Works out good. You got corduroy here, you got corduroy over there, but none over there, and you can tell quite a difference.
Digging holes in the woods was a good reminder that I wasn't 20 anymore. In fact, it told me I wasn't even in my 40s anymore, and the 50s were kicking my ass. Old Frankie had to bring me a few extra cold ones on that job.
I like to make the bottom of the hole wider, hollow it out a bit, and then I puke in one bag of concrete and then set the tube on top and backfill the tube. That way I have a nice footing at the bottom and it's not just a straight post pushing down.
As soon as I had all the concrete piers in place and the floor framed up, I sandwiched a sheet of bubble foil between the subfloor and the framework. This bubble foil is worth its weight in gold on a project like this. I got the seams taped up with a metallic tape, and I was ready for the subfloor. You know, this bubble foil stuff doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you, if you use fiberglass insulation, the mice and chipmunks get in there, and then they destroy it, they chew it all up, it falls down, the paper gets wet, and it just starts to mold. Styrofoam insulation, the ants get into, the mice get into. This stuff, it doesn't look like much, I'll tell you what, but I will never build a place that's up on piers without this in the floor. I put it in my first shed, and the results are just tremendous. I'll go out there without, you know, in the wintertime, it might be 25 below outside. I'll go in the shed, you know, my fire's gone out because I only keep a low fire in there, and squat down near the floor to kindle a fire, and there'd be no temperature change in that building when you get down near the floor. It's just tremendous stuff. The ants don't bother it, you know, mice don't bother it. It's just fantastic stuff, and I will never build without putting this in the floor. So I did it in this part of the cabin here, and I'm just so impressed with it that I'm just going to keep on using it. It's good stuff. The only thing is, precaution to take when you're using this, I put it right on top of the floor joist like I was demonstrating there, and you want to cover the floor system and keep the water out of it, because any water that's going to seep down through the plywood is going to get trapped between the plywood and that's not a good thing. So you just want to make sure that you keep the water out of it. With the subfloor finished, I started laying out the framework, and this one-man operation made some pretty good progress in a short amount of time. That's it for today, gentlemen. I got the whole roof sheathed. I got the fly rafter on out here. Fly rafter. Out west they call it the barge rafter. And call it what you want. It's the overhang. I don't like places with no overhang. Everything I build's got an overhang on it. My last house had a 32-inch overhang on the sides. It was a built trapper style cabin, you know. Anyway, the overhang rafters on, plywood's all on. I'll put the window in tomorrow. Here, underneath this overhang, all these crow's feet here are going to accommodate a timber, much like that on the porch. But this wall's going to continue out the 32 inches that these sonotubes are. There's going to be a little deck here with those pressure treated there. And it's going to hold two rows of firewood. I'll build that wall out and then come over a little ways with this wall. Same with that wall. Come out a little bit and then we'll go up. Then we'll 45, come across with a header, 45, back down to that. And have 2 rows of firewood, right handy access to the cabin porch here. Well, by Jesus, I think we got it. Yeah. Not easy framing a roof by myself, but unless I have some really good help, I just as soon work alone. And out here, I don't know, I just get a lot of, I don't know, I just get a certain degree of pride working by myself too, you know. It's a big accomplishment. And I think that's going to look pretty good. I was undecided there a few times about just having a log going across and leaving it open, but I think it's going to be better off, protect the wood a little bit better by having that enclosed a little bit. But it's a gorgeous afternoon here. There's no bugs in the air. Nice, cool, dry air. It's a beautiful day. So I'm going to give him some throws. He's been a good boy all day, hanging out, waiting patiently. Huh? You got your Frisbee? You know when to hold him and when to fold him. Yeah, you do. You want to play? You do? That's my boy. You got to admit, fellas, he is a cutie, ain't he? Huh? You want to play? You want a couple of throws? You do? All right. Let's play.